we doing, my friends? Photo History Hunter, and we're in DeLand, and this is Charnel Cemetery Drive, and we're gonna take a walk down here. We're gonna talk about the whole history of this area when it was settled, as the land was spreading out. This area out here was a work farm. People lived and worked here, and basically it was, people didn't have any money and were in debt, and so untold numerous amounts of people lived out here, worked out here. Oh, let's take a minute right here and take a look at this. This is a native milkweed right here. You notice the leaves are very, very large and hardy, and the flowers are a lot different than the milkweed with the real thin, elegant looking green leaf and different color flower. That's native to this area. There's another one right here. Another one right there. So this is a gigantic work farm out there. All out there. Nobody knows exactly how big it is, but there were a lot of people that lived here and a lot of people that died. At some point, the farm was closed down. I don't know, you know, what families or whatever. They take a stop here and take a look at these flowers. This time of the year, spring, in this part of Florida, it gets very, very magical with the colors. And I'm drawn to the purples more than the other flower colors. So the farm shut down. I'm sure it was probably orange groves as much as this area was. And eventually they broke ground for a new hospital, which is just up the street that way. And while they were doing some work on a hospital or a hospital annex, they uncovered human remains, and it's from one of the earlier pauper graves. And so I don't know if they've ever actually come back out there. The hospital's out, that building with the windows way out there. So I don't know if they've actually come back out here and done like a really intense search for more bodies. Eventually this is all going to be overrun. We're going around a little micro wooded area that's a haven for feral cats. It used to be anyway. There's still some enclosures and fencing, and there's another real popular flower in Florida. This is a lantana, and they come in different colors too. There's the one that's more in this orange, and there's another one that's in the pink hues. So there is an actual pauper cemetery here, and that would be the one back here, the Charnel. Maybe two different pronunciations. And this thing's pretty beat up. got hit hard by a bunch of storms and all. You know, it's just simple. Row, row, row. 1911 to 1990, 1909 to 1997. Just line, line, line after line. Some people have a stone, and some people don't. They never got past just the little metal markers. And with people stealing the metal markers, and there's been some really, really large oak trees that have crashed through this area, through here, down at this end. So everything here is like, most of the people are like 1890s, 80s, 70s, 60s. Here's the, but when you get up in this corner, this is like the older ones, 1970s. This one used to see a lot of visitation. Looks like it's been a long time since anybody's been out this way. I mean, there's some, like, everything's all deteriorated. That's usually a sign that the last attending relative has passed away. So this is just a lonely, quiet, forgotten, I call it earth tortured. I mean, because it's just this little hill here, and it's moving. I mean, you look at all the stones, they all look like, if you look out there, everything's kind of wavy because it's sinking. I imagine they probably brought in fill. I mean, because these things are sinking down. Look at this guy right here. And then when the trees up the hill fall over, pow, they pound the stones even deeper. And here's a tree that's been laying here for almost a year. It's been laying down there. You can tell by how dried out it is. And it'll probably take something like a scout project to come in here, clean this up. There's somebody that's raised a stone. These people just got a simple marker with a number on it, and you can't read the numbers anymore. So I don't even think there's an official registry for this cemetery. Look, this whole zone right here, everything's sinking away, disappearing. It's going to take ground penetrating radar to locate these stones again. So, like I said, everything, or shall I say everybody that's here has been here for 55 years, 60 at the most, or less. And then this right here. This is the anomaly of this cemetery. And if you give me a minute, I'll get down here. Okay, so we're down on the ground, and we're going to look at this. E. W. Gregor and family, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life. So somewhere down below my knees is the base that sat on. So let's get over to this one here, and this one says Mary MT, TAYLO R, Taylor, Mary Taylor, 1853 to 1905. Then we get over to this one, and we have Elizabeth Jones, beloved wife of Ralph, or Alfonso Jones, born 1880, died 1911. So we end up with 3 graves from very early in the 1900s. In the middle of a cemetery that was established around 1960. And I believe it's out that way where they found human remains. And so it's probably pretty good chance, excuse me, pretty good chance that the parking lot and the grassy area out there are graves. This is Florida History Hunter coming to you from DeLand at the Charnel, or Charnel Cemetery, just behind the Advent Health Hospital, DeLand, Florida. Click that like button down below. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already subscribed. Have a great day, a fantastic night, and a better tomorrow. Thanks for watching.